This is the Musilog Magazine podcast with host Sam Archer. And we are in. The recording has started. I'm so excited to be in the studio with Hi Love.
Yes.
Hi Love.
Hi.
The first thing I got to bug you about is the name change because
Yeah.
I know you by a different name from before.
Yes.
But how are you doing today? Talk to me. How was your day? What's going on? What's happening in the Chicago?
Whew. Well, it's confused by the weather.
Still
Um,
still cold winds.
no, no, no. I
Oh,
mean, it's a little chilly. It's a chilly wind, but
okay.
at first we felt like we were in Antarctica or something. So we've had a shift now where we've reached 50 to 45. So
Mm.
big difference. Yep, we went from -2 to 50. So man, Chicago is full of confusion.
I can imagine. But I must say, I was thinking about I when you getting ready to do interviews, you sort of think about things, and you've been in this mix for a minute,
I have.
you know,
Yeah.
and it was weird. I didn't even expect to see you on the night when you did like a listening party. I was like, this person looks familiar. Who's this? And I'm looking, and of course the name. I'm like, but I remember you changed the name before,
Yes.
and then like we lost you for a minute. Uh, I knew you were putting out records because I think I did see like you had released something, but and it's really good to see you still doing music, still putting out something. It shows that you love this,
Yeah, you
and
have to.
yeah, yeah. But before I even jump in, tell me about the name change. I'm just curious. What happened?
So, in 2014, I actually got married, and I was going under Camila Sumner, and that
Hmm.
was who you were familiar with. And just in me getting married and having, I was having kids, and that's when I kind of like just took a break, you
Hmm.
know. Um,
Okay.
so in me coming back to, like, okay, now I'm ready to get back to it. I just felt like I needed, because I had been out of the loop for probably about 3 years.
Okay.
Um,
Okay.
yeah, about 3 years because I released a project in 2017. So I think I
Hmm.
kind of took a break in 2014, maybe 3 to 4, let's say 3 to 4 years. And in that, a lot had changed in my life. So I just
Hmm.
felt like,
Hmm.
I was different and I've grown and, I've just matured in different ways. So with that, I just felt like a name change was something that was necessary because I was no longer Camila Summer anyway.
Hey. that hey, it's different.
Yeah,
It's definitely an upgrade.
yeah.
You know, but what I kept what I kept running into, and it's not a problem or anything. Is like when I'm messaging you, it's like okay, I'm gonna say hi, love. How are you today? So it's like it's not like hey, hi, love.
Hi,
You,
love.
right? Like hi, love, right? And so I was like, do I say hi twice or? But it's a cute way to like yes, that's the name of the artist. So
Yeah.
that's cool. So
And I
this
mean,
is.
I think
Hmm.
just to kind of talk about why I chose High Love.
Hmm.
Initially, it was love because a lot of my music is just, it's about love. It's about whether
Hmm.
it's about love, in a relationship or just love in some other way, like just, in life. And
Hmm.
I just I thought that that was such a good word to describe, um,
Okay.
you know, who I am.
Mm-hmm.
And instead of it just being love, 'cause I'm like, well, you know, maybe it shouldn't just be love. Because at first I was like, yeah, it's love. I was going back and forth. I'm like, no, I love. So, you know, I like the way it sounds more so than
Okay.
just like a real purpose behind high love. I just like the way
Mm-hmm.
it sounded.
It works. I think it gets the trick done. It gets the job done. So you have just dropped a new EP.
Yes.
This is project number what?
Whew.
You
Let me
had to
see.
say woo.
Yeah.
So many, huh?
Um, so
Hmm.
I think this is number 6.
Yeah, I think so because I think the first three you had the old name,
Yes.
and then the last three.
Yes.
All right. So tell us about this project. I'm loving the video. I love the song. I love, the sample. It's, very recognizable. And I just liked how you guys flipped it. So
Yeah.
shout out to your production team and
Track House Productions.
yeah, the whole squad.
Yes.
When I'm ready to do my cold one thing, I know where to go. But tell us about this project.
So this project is exclusively produced by Track House Productions. Shout out to them. Um, they did some work on previous projects before this
Mhm.
one, and I went to college with one of the guys that's a part of the production team, and we used to do stuff in college together. So this
Mhm.
was something that I kind of been looking forward. Like we're well overdue to just do a project together, and
Mhm.
that was something that we discussed, and Cold Wind was it. Once he started sending me some of the production, I'm like, yeah, this is it right here. I knew it. Like Cold Wind
Mm.
was that was the first track that he sent. So when I heard that one and he sent the next one, and it was like, whoa, he sent the next one it was it Arrows? No, it wasn't Arrows. It was Queen and Slim, and then it was Arrows. So the way the
Mhm.
tracks are listed on the album is the order that he sent them in. And,
Okay.
when each time he would send a track, it would just be like, whoa, like I just would, just dive deeper. The recording process, I released the album in August called Chicago Amore, and
Mhm.
um, uh, so I want to say Cold Wind, I started to actually record this project in October. So it took me I would say about 5 weeks because I was going in maybe like once a week. So it took me about 5 weeks, and it's 5 songs
Mhm.
with a feature on one of the songs as a remix. So, basically each for 5 weeks, I was going in once a week and for 2-3 hours and just recording a song. So the recording process was fairly quick. And then
Okay.
immediately after that, in the November, I started to shoot the visuals because I actually have 3 visuals already. Um,
Okay.
yeah, so look forward to some more goodies, some more visuals coming. We're gonna roll out in the next few weeks.
Most deaf. So did the pandemic mess with you in any way? As it messed with everyone else?
Yes. Well,
Okay.
what I'll say is it's been a challenge because I have 3 boys and they're at home
Mhm.
uh,
Mm.
because of school here. School here is they actually just made it where you have the option of coming like I think 2 or twice a week or something like that. Um,
Mhm.
so literally from a year ago, because that's when
Wow.
it started a year ago, my kids have been at home, 3 boys
Wow.
at home with me.
Wow.
So, it definitely has rearranged my world in
Mhm.
many
Mhm.
ways because of that. Um, and then of course, just all of the day-to-day things that you would typically do just become a little more complicated with kids. Just run
Mhm.
into the store, or I'm gonna, want to go and get with friends or whatever, all of that type of stuff just kind of just went out the window. Not going to
Yes.
the store, but it just made it a little more complicated.
Yeah. I mean,
Um,
you gotta just,
but it
it's
also, on the flip
mhm.
side, what I think it did was musically, it made me just say, what are you waiting on?
Mm,
It just kind of pushed me where it's like, it's never going to be the perfect time, and it's like, who
that's the
knows?
truth.
I'm looking at all this stuff that's going on, and we didn't know what was going on at the time. You say like,
Yeah.
in April of last year, it's like, is the world going to end soon? It's like,
Yeah.
you
It
don't know
was
what's
crazy.
going on.
It was
So it just kind
crazy.
of pushed me to
Hmm.
the point where I'm just like, all right, Camila, all right, high love.
Hmm. Hmm.
Stop playing and just go. Just go. And I just started to go, and
Hmm.
I would stop myself years ago and say like, oh, you know, I need I need this person, or I need, help in this area, or I need this, or I need that. And I completely
Hmm.
just stopped and I just said, whatever you have is what's gonna be good enough for now.
You
And
have
so
everything you need.
everything else will come. And I mean, it's
That's
amazing
right.
because
That's right.
the growth from Chicago More in August of 2020
Mm.
up until right now, I've seen a great amount of growth in how I'm releasing and the resources that I have. So I'm
Hmm.
just thankful for that. But I think you would never even know if that exists if you don't just go.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Steve Harvey has a book called Just Jump.
Yeah.
You know. So, but I'm just curious. Uh, Labels are pretty much out the door. Um, what was it like putting this together? Because getting the music and the production is one part of the puzzle.
Yeah.
You have to do videos. You have to market this thing. You gotta package it. You gotta
Yeah.
sell it. You gotta
Yeah.
get out there. You can't really. I don't know if you can do live shows as yet. So that's another thing. Maybe you have to do. Well,
Yeah,
I
I'm
saw how you
actually
lit.
working on that. And actually, I'm about to do a production on in 2 weeks, actually. So, yeah, I mean, it's a lot. It's a lot to manage, and
Hmm.
as an independent artist, it can be overwhelming. It can really, really, really be overwhelming. And then it's like you put on top of that, as an independent artist and
Hmm.
a mother and a wife, and I got, it's like, it's not just like I'm just 21 out here like I'm gonna do music. It's like I have a whole life of full of responsibilities and I have to balance it. So I think that it's something about like timing,
Hmm.
and I think that everybody's timing is different. And
Mm.
I think that, when I was younger, it just wasn't time for me
It
to,
wasn't that time.
it
Hmm.
wasn't time for me to elevate in the way that I wanted to.
Hmm.
And I
Hmm.
think that now, um, one of the things that is very important to me is to have balance and to be able to do music, but still be able to be present for my family.
Hmm.
Um,
Hmm.
with labels being out the window, artists have more control. Like I control the pace. I control
Hmm.
what it is
Hmm.
that I will and will not do. And it's not a forced thing. And I like it that way. So, I may not be the biggest star that everybody knows. And,
Hmm.
maybe a year from now that will be the case. But for now, how I look at it is this is my time to do what I'm doing right now.
Hmm.
And I'm enjoying it and I'm doing it and I'm not stressing over it because there's no rules. You do what makes sense for you. And
Hmm.
that's what I'm
Hmm.
doing.
This is the Musilog Magazine podcast with host Sam Archer. We'll be right back.
Come check me out, chriskeys.com. I'm worldwide.
Tony Altamirano.
Hi, I'm Gina.
What's up, everybody? I'm Win Vu, award-winning remixer.
Koya, I'm an artist.
Hi, my name's Justina Bethel.
Hi, I'm Mike Bowen from Denton, Texas.
How you doing? This is Tom Cutt from Music by Tom Cutt. Check out Samuel E. Archer's book, Hybrid Executive. We are in the business, and here's how you can be a better business person because you're running your business.
You can find my music at JustinaBeth_EL on Instagram or JustinaBethel.com, and I am a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive, just like you.
Follow me at Koya Music, and I'm also a hybrid executive.
I'm worldwide, baby, but just know I'm a hybrid executive. That's all you need to know, baby.
Get on Upbeat.
Check out my music, MikeBowen.com. I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
And how is your support system? You have like a decent support system to carry you through, or are you fighting? Why are you wasting your time doing this? But
No.
I'm hoping that you have like a lot of love from the family, just
Absolutely.
pushing you on and
Absolutely.
okay.
I think that first and foremost, you know, I'm a very spiritual person,
Mhm.
and more so than looking for support from other people, family, friends, whoever.
Mhm.
I don't so much do that, you know. I kind of, not that I don't seek it or I don't want it. If you give it to me, then it's like awesome, but I don't expect it, because what I'm doing here is like I received a gift from God.
Mhm.
It's not about anybody's support. It's about me doing what it is that God gave me to do, and it's like
Mhm.
whether you support it or not, it's gonna get done because you know I believe that this is what I have to do. So my husband is a serious support. You know, he's a great support, and I'm thankful for that. Because it would be very difficult to do this without his support. You know, so it's a blessing to, and I mean I think about it, and it's like, of course my husband will be supportive because I recognize that this is a gift that God gave me,
Mhm.
and
Mhm.
our connection, you know, just as a couple to God is, you know, a force. So
Mhm.
with that connection, it's like we on the same team here. And
Amen. Amen.
yeah, so you know, it's not. I know I'm kind of talking about it like it's a breeze, and in a way it is, but
Mhm.
it's very it doesn't really matter. It's like you got to come with something else now.
Yeah.
You know, you got to
Well,
get real
mhm.
creative.
Well, creative, and you got to be a salesperson.
Yeah.
You know, if you were running from doing sales before, you got to, get into sales and so on.
Yeah.
But what I wanted to ask you this, um, what side of the family do you credit the music to? Is it both sides? Is it
It's both.
both
It's both.
sides?
It's my mother and my father.
Okay.
Both sides. And the thing is, my mother, I mean, neither one of them are like, you know, we're like, oh, I'm going to sing. But ironically, all of my siblings, like we're all like very into music. So I
Okay.
have an older sister and an older brother. My brother, he actually produced on my album that I released in 2017. But he also is, you know, he sings and he can rap. And my sister, she sings and likes to, you know, play piano from time to time. So, you know, we just kind of grew up in that. And like I said, it wasn't like my mom was like, oh, I'm a singer or anything, but she did, you know, sing at some point in her life. My father, he almost signed, you know, Chicago was big on like the soul groups back in the 70s and 60s and all that. So he almost signed fresh out of college. No, it wasn't out of college. He would have had to drop out. So that was why he didn't sign. But
okay.
Yeah, so he was really into it. You know, and to be honest with you, I was kind of shy about it when I was younger, even towards my family. Like even still now, I'm a very like private person with my process of creating. So like my husband, it's not like I'm just walking around the house and I just sing all day. So he may not hear me sing until you know, I'm like doing something, or if I'm like recording in the house for a purpose. Like I don't just like walk around and I'm just singing all day. Like that's not it. It's
Oh,
like
so you don't do the songbird.
no.
You don't do the songbird thing like some people. Some people they got to be singing.
It's like I'm always hearing it in my head. I'm always
Okay,
hearing it in my head,
okay,
and it's like I just don't do it out loud all the time.
okay,
But yeah.
okay. All right, that's almost like a Jay-Z vibe. You know, you probably write here too. You know, you're writing in your mind, and the
Yes,
hook
all
comes
the
in your
time.
mind, and
All
so
the
on.
time.
Okay, that's good.
So,
That's
no,
good. I've read some of your musical influences. You have people like Stevie Wonder. You have people like Curtis. I think I saw Curtis Mayfield in there. You know, so you do have a soul and R&B love. What are some of the other people that you may not have mentioned that did play a little role in some form of influence for you?
It's so many. It's so many. A lot of old school artists.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody a group that you might not expect. I would say maybe like Coldplay or something like that. Like I love Coldplay.
Okay.
Yeah,
I know. All right.
yeah. But you know, I want to say like pretty much any old school artist that you can think of. Um, I love them. You know, for some reason. And I studied soul music back in my 20s.
Mm-hmm.
I went into like, you know, a different ear where I started to, because I was trying to understand how did they just like, when I listen to it, why do I get that feeling of just like, I just feel it like, you know, I can't really feel current music the way I feel that music. And I was just like studying it, like, what are they doing? And what they were doing, it wasn't something that was practiced so much. You know, it wasn't like it was a feeling. They were freer in their music. Whereas you listen to something now, like an R&B song, you can tell that they've, you know, kind of went over how it should go.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that a lot, and not that they weren't practicing back then, because they were practicing, but I think that how they recorded, the fact that, you know, if you mess up, we got to start this whole thing over.
Yeah.
It's like we gonna get this down, and but we also not gonna just do it over a gazillion times. Like we gonna catch the vibe from it. So a lot of that music might have some imperfections in it, but it's perfect because that's the thing about music. Music is not about being perfect. It's about you feeling it. So when you're trying to hit a note or something, it ain't quite all the way perfect, but it's like the way you do it or something is still make you feel like
yeah.
I mean, I studied that and a lot of it it really, you know, just shaped where I am today.
I think in addition to what you said as well, I think if we also remember that music is vibration. Something is, you know, even when you're singing, your vocal cords are vibrating.
Yeah.
You know, when you hit the keyboard, the piano, or the drum, or even the wind, you know, there's some form of vibration happening.
Yes.
And we've moved from the acoustic to digital. So the vibration is different.
That's true.
Well,
that is
so scientifically, it's even, you know, so one is ones and zeros. The other one is actually analog.
Yes.
So, you know, going from one to the other is also part of the explanation. But the old school, they didn't really have a carbon copy to follow. They had to be original.
That's right.
Coming through. You know, even in hip hop, you know, if you were a rapper, you didn't want to say, well, yeah, you sound like L, or you sound like KRS, or you sound like this one. You had to have an original sound.
That's right.
You know, so that is a very, you know, telling aspect to even like what we're doing today. So let me ask you this now: who bought the records? I know you were gonna laugh at that one. Who really bought the records in the house?
Who bought the records? You know what? I can't even tell you. All I know is that we had, just growing up, we had so many records. And my father was an avid skater. Like back then, you know, in the 80s and the 90s, like roller skating was really, really big in Chicago.
Okay.
And, so he would take me and my brother and my sister and some of my cousins, like we all would go, you know, every week we were going roller skating. And sometimes he would change, when we didn't go, he would change the basement into our, you know, our little roller, that was our rink. And he would have those records spinning, you know, and it was just, it was constant music growing up in my house. So I would always be hearing, you know, different artists. And I remember Minnie Riperton. When I first heard "Loving You," like I can remember that like yesterday. And I was in the car. I was in the car with my mother, and I was just like, "Who is this?" Like I was so like in awe, you know?
Yeah. She has that voice.
Yes.
She definitely has that voice.
And so once I learned about her, I started to really dig into, you know, her music and her story, and she had a great influence on me as well. Great influence.
Okay. Now, I know you're based in Chicago.
Yes.
Did you do any tours? Like, did you visit New York to perform? Did you go to LA to perform? Did you go to the UK? Did you do like a tour or anything?
I haven't done anything. I've done shows. I haven't done any like real touring, but
okay.
I'm thinking that just when things open up, where I am now, I'm thinking that's definitely going to be an option. I have a couple of connections in the UK that have been reaching out to me for Cold Wind. So they've been playing it. They're loving it. And, you know, so I definitely think that'll be a great possibility to take this thing overseas. You know, the UK, even when I was at Camila Summer, they always showed me love. Always.
Okay.
And I think that they have a rich, like, kind of soul, Amy Winehouse vibe there. Like a lot of their, like, they have a great love for soul music is what I'll say.
They appreciate, based on what I've seen in the UK, they have a very, very fond appreciation for soul, and I would say black music on a whole.
Yeah.
Even the DJs, and a lot of the DJs, they're not even black. They're like white guys that are really authentically loving the craft. They really, really appreciate it, and it's interesting to see. It's like wow, you know. And they buy, and they don't tell you send me an MP3. They actually buy the stuff.
Right.
You know. So that's another good thing about the cats from the UK, because they're not only playing it, but they know that they need to put 99 cents into, or $1.29. Like, okay, I want to spin this song, I'm going to buy it so I can spin it. You know, so that's really a great. They're building a nice community. Over there, and a lot of artists here are heading there to, you know, see if they can do shows and even be on the radio shows. So I look forward to seeing you doing some touring in the near future then.
Me too. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready. And hopefully what I'm doing I'm doing a production. It's not going to be necessarily live. I mean, it will be recorded. But the vocals and everything will be mixed and then kind of pieced back together so the sound of it can be right. So I'm doing that and hopefully going to be able to use that to, you know, just create more opportunities and start to tour here first, of course, in Chicago and you know, just see where else we can go.
Okay. So with Cold Wind, what do you want music lovers to gather from that project? Cold Wind, the new EP.
Cold Wind it's a mixture of just, you know, initially when I wrote Cold Wind and I had nothing else, I was just thinking like, you know, I don't know where I'm going with this, but you know, I like the vibe of Cold Wind. And what happened was, you know, as I got deeper into the different tracks that they were sending me and I kept creating, I realized that all of the songs, they tie to, it's like, it's a certain level of just like heartfelt, you know, not in a lullaby soft way. Like I'm very direct in this project, very direct. But I think that it's a level of just like, maybe it's the soul, you know, maybe it's that soul feel, because that's really, you feel soul, you know. So I think that Cold Wind is about, you know, obviously life being cold. Starting with Cold Wind, that song is about how life can be cold, but you know, hopefully you overcome it through, you know, just redirecting yourself. If you get kind of lost and entangled in some stuff, you come up out of it and, you know, you be better. But if not, it's like I'm pleading to people, like, that's when I say at the end, my tone kind of changed and I'm saying lies, 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 feeding yourself dog shit. It's like I'm trying to like get them before the end of the song, like shake them up, you know?
Oh, that's what that was. You know, I was like, did she say?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was to kind of wake the people up that don't redirect themselves. Cause see, we all kind of get lost. The cold wind is gonna hit whoever. Like the pandemic is a cold wind. Cold wind is gonna hit you regardless. It's like, how do you come up out of it? So you come up out of it, you know, through just knowing yourself, loving yourself, loving others. So then you go into Queen and Slim, and it's about, you know, finding that person that you can rock with, that person that you can ride with. And that's something that helps you get through the cold wind, you know? And then you go to Arrows.
Okay.
Arrows is your individual self, finding the arrow within yourself to direct you wherever you need to go, you know?
Okay.
And the truth is, you know, the truth is telling it like it is. You know, you can't trust everybody. You can't be naive. Everybody's not going to be your friends, but you got to forgive. Because if you don't forgive, then you're going to become one of them people, like the people that's hurting you. So you have to be able to get through the cold wind. And that's what the truth is. You still get there. And then you have Grow Strong, which ends the album, the EP. And Grow Strong is like you finding that person that's your like Queen and Slim, and you guys, now you building a foundation. Now each year, you know, your flowers are blooming because you're growing strong straight from the dirt. And that's how I end it. And that's how you get through the cold. It's like love is necessary to get through these, you know, things that life throw us that might, you know, knock you off for a second. You got to have some love in you. You got to have love for yourself, and you got to have love for others.
This is the Musilog Magazine podcast with host Sam Archer. We'll be right back.
Come check me out, chriskeys.com. I'm worldwide.
Tony Altamirano.
Hi, I'm Gina.
What's up, everybody? I'm Win Vu, award-winning remixer.
Koya, I'm an artist.
Hi, my name's Justina Bethel.
Hi, I'm Mike Bowen from Denton, Texas.
How you doing? This is Tom Cuff from Music by Tom Cuff. Check out Samuel E. Archer's book, Hybrid Executive. We are in the business, and here's how you can be a better business person because you're running your business.
You can find my music at JustinaBeth_EL on Instagram or JustinaBethel.com, and I am a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive, just like you.
Follow me at Koya Music, and I'm also a hybrid executive.
I'm worldwide, baby, but just know I'm a hybrid executive. That's all you need to know, baby.
Get on up, beat.
Check out my music, MikeBowen.com. I'm a hybrid executive.
I'm a hybrid executive.
Amen. Amen. Wow. So let me ask you, how old were you when you wrote your first song?
You know, I don't know. I don't even know. I wish I could find these tapes because I had these tapes of me singing. I was probably like 3 or 4, and I would listen to the radio, and I had my tape recorder, and I would listen on the floor with my ear to the radio, listening to what was on and what they were singing, and then I would I would try to record myself singing exactly what I had just heard.
Mm-hmm,
And of course, I don't remember the words of what.
That's all right.
It was like
But
I'm just saying I'm making up stuff at 3, 4 of what I think they're saying. So I wish I had those tapes. I'm sure it would be
for you. It's like you've reached to a stage where it's still work to write, but it's not the work when you're new. You know what I mean? Like when you're a new writer.
Right.
So you sort of like you're flowing with the universe in your writing, so to speak.
Yeah.
It's like you've mastered the language and you're really listening to what the universe is giving you.
Yeah.
And now you can actually just reflect it like a reflector. Just based on how you talk about the record, I'm like, wow. So I'm like, how long you writing?
You know what? It doesn't take that long at this point. And to be honest with you, so what I'll say is I started to write poetry before I wrote songs. So I can't say that. Actually writing them. Now, prior to this time, and I was probably in 6th grade, if I can recall, I was in 6th grade. But prior to that time, I think that I wrote songs, but it was probably just in my head and me recording myself and making up nothing that I'm sitting down and I'm actually like writing and taking the time. So what happened was I was writing poetry, and from poetry, I changed those poems into songs. And I still have that stuff. I have that stuff from 6th grade. I definitely
and it would make sense why you're not singing like a songbird around the house, because it's all here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So before we run out, I'd like to ask the artists, not on all the interviews I do, but there's some of the interviews, I feel so comfortable. I ask them some fun things. Okay. And one of the things would be, what is the favorite thing you like to prepare as a meal?
Oh. So one of the things that I really enjoy and my family really enjoys is when I do like a salmon, kale, sweet potato, some type of rice dish, maybe even some black beans or something like that. But they love that. Yeah,
get me hungry there. Like, okay.
Yeah.
All right. And what is your favorite color? You can say 2 if you have to.
Clearly it's black. Black is one. And it changes, but I would say probably green. I love green.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
My husband said he loves green, so once he hears this, he's gonna say, "You took that from me because you heard me."
Well, no. they say the 2 shall be 1. So
yep.
Hard luck. Who do you have in your playlist right now? You can say like 2 or 3 artists that you're checking out in your playlist at this time. Other than yourself, by the way.
Other than myself, right. So, definitely Nas.
Oh.
Okay. I love Nas. I think his album that he just put out last year is incredible, and it's
masterpiece.
It definitely is.
Masterpiece.
And Anderson .Paak. I love Anderson .Paak, and I'm kind of going back. I'm going back to his first album is just like, dude, like, where were you? Like, where were you? So those are definitely 2, but just to be a little more current with, what's like right now, what's out, I would say, I think her and Jasmine Sullivan, they killing it. They are killing it. I love them. I really do. I remember Jasmine before she even like really came. I think maybe her first single was just dropping, and I was living in Atlanta at the time, and I was just like, this girl is crazy. Like her voice is like she has God in her throat or something. Like, I don't know what's,
It's amazing.
It's amazing.
Amazing, yeah.
I think that her is special. I love the way she writes and she puts her songs together. She's a rare artist, because a lot of artists that would fall in her lane, or that a lot of artists like her, which I feel like, a part of me is kind of in her lane, but I think that those artists don't really get the opportunity to go as far as she's gone. It's not they don't get that opportunity. So that's a blessing, and that's great. Like, I'm so I'm so just happy for her that she's winning, and she's been able to like do not just R&B music. She's been on the pop side. She done work with so it's like, man, her work speaks for itself. She's dope.
Okay, so how can folks follow you on the different platforms?
Everybody can follow me. Of course, my website, highlovemusic.com. And then we have Facebook at highlovemusic, Instagram at highlovemusic. Well, wait a minute. Facebook isn't at, it's just highlovemusic. And then
I follow you.
Then we also have Twitter. I'm not a huge Twitter. I'm trying to start using it more now. But yes, Twitter is High Love instead of music is High Love Me Love. And I'm at anywhere that SoundCloud is High Love Music. So everything is pretty much High Love Music. Yeah. Or if all else fails, just Google me. You'll find me.
Now, is there anything that you wanted to talk about that I didn't ask you?
No, I mean, I have more music coming, but I'm not going to talk about that right now. Just know that it's coming.
All right. Well, we'll definitely enjoy the EP you have out now. Please keep us at us meaning Musilog. Keep us a breast and a chicken leg. As to your progress, you have something coming out, feel free to shoot us a press release or something, or something, and we'll be sure and happy to help get the word out for you. Well, you know that already. I'm just extending it again to you. This has been a pleasure. Now, I think I'm enjoying it really a lot, because the first time you did something with Musilog, I didn't do the interview. Someone else did the interview and did the article.
Okay.
We had one of our contributing writers that did it back then. So I actually got a chance to interview you this time. Technology is a lot better. We didn't have this type of stuff back then. So now I'm just so excited that we were able to have you with on the platform, and we wish you the best on this record. I had a meeting before this, and I said, hey, I'm going to interview High Love, and then I sent them the link. I said, check her out, give her some love. So we're doing all the just get the word out. And
I appreciate it so much. Thanks for having me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We're in the times now where people have to like pay for interviews, and nobody wants to just interview an artist. It's like, man, what I'm gonna get from you? But I appreciate it when when people really like are feeling the music and just feeling the artistry, because it's way better when it's organic, for sure.
Most definitely. Definitely. All right. Well, thank you.
Thank you.
And we, and make it have a great evening.
Yes, absolutely. You too.
All right, then. You take care.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right.
Be sure to visit our website, musilog.com. MUZILOG, musilog.com, where music, entertainment, and culture lives.